Hiya guys, and welcome to a very different sort of video from us. So today is VE Day. So we have been doing a lot of research. And I think people forget that it wasn't that long ago. It feels like it was never your lifetime, but doing this research you only realise it was only my great-granddad and your granddad. And
granddads, yeah.
That were involved in the Second World War. So for us it's kind of...
Yeah, it's... I think sometimes you just want to put it away somewhere, don't you? And not forget about it, but you don't really want to go back. I mean, I don't remember the war. I mean, the VE Day was 80 years ago today.
Yeah.
Which is why there's so many celebrations going on. So yeah, I decided I was going to do a podcast this week for tonight, which would look at my grandparents and their two very different wars. Now, you know, I've spent ages and ages and ages in research on this.
It was one of them things where you kind of fall down a rabbit hole. We were doing a little bit of research and we thought we'd be able to get a video out tonight, and we wanted to celebrate and look back on, well, you were the one who started all this off, to be honest.
Yeah, because I've got these two photographs that we always use of both my granddads, one in the Navy and one when Granddad Cyril came back from war and they welcomed him home to his home. And it kind of, I mean, Dad talks about Grandad Sam being in Scapa Flow, which is top of Scotland, and, you know, my mum talks about her dad being a prisoner of war. And you kind of, I don't know, I didn't really want to delve in too much and find out what the actual facts were, because I don't think you do. Some people love it. I mean, I found through my research, there are so many websites and so much information, you know, meticulously recreated so that you can find things out. And yeah, I fell down a rabbit hole.
I've noticed.
So tonight's video is this, because it should have been a podcast, a half-hour podcast about two very different lives going through World War II, both coming out of it. But basically, I've just spent so much time on research and gone down so many different rabbit holes. I'm finding it absolutely fascinating, I have to say.
So we've kind of changed it up. We've decided that we're actually going to make it two separate videos next week, because it isn't as straightforward as people or we would even think it would be. So we both have. So mine is on my great-grandads. Obviously, because I'm a little bit younger. Yeah. Obviously, they were a little bit different in age gaps, but yours is about your granddads. So we are going to do two complete separate videos. We're going to show you four completely different stories, and it's four completely different experiences of what war did to our families and our grandparents.
As I was researching this yesterday, you were looking over my shoulder and you were getting more interested in what I was doing, and we were on Ancestry and My Heritage and going back, and then You made a phone call to your auntie, and she got, because you didn't really know about
because of my generation. I know my grandparents, but my great grandparents, I think I only ever met one of them, and they'd passed before I was old enough to actually take any information in or ask them. I was only a toddler when my last granddad went. Yeah. Sorry, great-granddad. So obviously I knew my grandparents really, really well, but I didn't know my great-grandparents. So to speak to my Auntie Christine, who is my great-aunt Christine... No. Yes, she is. She's my great-aunt Christine. She is my grandma's sister. She is a bit of a... Like your mum, like our dad. She loved it, and she spent 5 years researching our family tree. Yeah. So I kind of got what I thought would be a 5-minute phone call lasted an hour yesterday of Auntie Christine going, oh yes, and there's so-and-so and there's so-and-so, and I found out loads of stories. So we are going to drag this out.
But you did find out a very, very interesting story. So it was your great-granddad.
We're going to discuss these in the box.
Yeah. So, we found out a great story. So, as Stuart said, next week, there'll be no vlog on Tuesday. We're going to do these two separate things, Tuesday and Thursday. So sorry for the delay on this. You didn't even know it was coming out tonight, but it was meant to be for VE Day.
I want
to do it justice and I want to do yours justice as well.
I think it's one of them things where we don't want to rush it. We don't want to do them a bad service by not showing them all the information that we've actually gathered, and it is going to be solely our four ancestors.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate how much information there is out there,
and photos, and videos,
and with the help of AI, I've managed to decode some
postage stamp. There is so much interesting things.
I've managed to colorise some photographs. I've found a YouTube video of some actual footage of my granddad's ship going into action, and then there's a list of where all the ships were and where everybody was at the time. I've managed to track them both all for the whole war, so I know exactly where they were. I know where they both were at Christmas 1941, for example. It's amazing what you can find out. I didn't know all this existed, and this is why we're going to take a little bit longer and actually do these two videos a real good service, aren't we? So
yes, we are.
It won't be for VA Day today, but
we still wanted to get a video out today to celebrate the fact that it is 80 years since VE Day.
Yeah.
And it's one of them things that it's not as far back as you would like to imagine. No. And it's one of them things that people forget. And I think especially the youth of today don't realise that their great-grandparents fought a war so that we could be a United Kingdom and so that we could have the rights that they have today. I can't imagine the country would be the same if we lost.
No, it wouldn't, would it? Well, you don't know. We just don't know, do we? Because we could have been under Russian control, German control. Anything may have happened, but it didn't. It happened the way it did, and we're thankful for that.
We are, and we understand that a lot of people died. A lot of men, women, animals. There was a lot of animals that you don't really think of because there was a lot of horses and. Yeah, it's just one of them things that it's nice to look back on the fact that it was one of the closing chapters of the war, but it's also horrible to think that so many people went and people didn't return from home.
Yeah.
Families were completely changed, some for the better and some for the worst.
Yeah, a very, very sad time, and as you say there, people today, and this is not through their own fault, they just don't understand or don't know what our ancestors went through to make us what we are today. So I'm eternally thankful for that.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Yeah. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my great-granddads.
No.
And a lot of men out there and a lot of women sacrificed a lot for us to be here and to have the rights that we have today. Yeah. And for that we are eternally grateful. Yeah. You're getting all emotional, mister.
Yeah. Oh, well. As I've been reading up on things, you want to see how many tabs I've got open in the browser.
I tried to do my ancestry yesterday, and it was. Yeah.
I mean, even researching and doing my script for the video, I haven't even started getting the images, the videos, because there's so much. These videos. I didn't realise I would enjoy doing these because it's not me, is it? I mean, we go to museums, and if there's a war section, I kind of shy away from it because I'm not into that at all. But it's just fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So I've had tears, I've had laughs, I've been incredibly angry. You'll find out on Tuesday why. But yeah, so many emotions, 80 years on. So yeah, join us for those next week.
Yes, and once again, thank you to everybody who serves the country and for everybody who made a difference. We appreciate you, and yeah, we're sending you all love and just positive vibes on a celebrational day.
Yeah, and to our troops that are still working, our support.
Yeah, all of our support.
So yeah, hope you've had a great VE Day celebration. I know there's more to come over the weekend in various places. Not quite the weather for a tea party on the street.
I don't know, might be an excuse to get.
But we've got a quiz tonight and we've got a little section to go in there to celebrate. So yeah, have a great VE Day if you haven't already. We'll catch you next week for 2 very, very special podcasts.
We will, and don't forget there's also a quiz on Sunday at 7:30, and our vlogs come out at 7:30 on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Don't forget, if you would like to subscribe to our channel, just hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it's nice to have you become part of our little family. You can also leave a comment below, and we would love to hear your stories. I want to know about your ancestors, and yeah, let's celebrate that. And don't forget to hit that bell.
Yeah, this is important for this one because if you are interested in these two podcasts next week, hit the bell, select notify all, and then it'll tell you when they're out. But it's going to be Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30.
Yeah.
But yeah, important if you're interested in these. Even if you're not into war, which I'm not, these 4 stories are absolutely fascinating.
They are, and they're about us because they very much trickle down to how we hear and who we are as people. Because some of them are really very, very strange stories. Yeah. But it's funny at the same time. And some of it is sad.
Even to the light-hearted bits, you know. Can I do a little peek?
No. They'll have to wait. They'll have to join us Tuesday and Thursday for all the content. But we are going to do something that's a little bit traditional, and it is very traditional for the English, well, the British, on the Remembrance Day, and we're going to have a minute's silence. So please join us in a minute's silence.
Enjoy your VE day. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stuart and Andy. VanLife, the universe, and everything.